I'm so damn tired of the internet here. It disconnected again. I guess I'll get back to playing the game for as long as I can until the internet disconnects again. It's been like every day. It's been like every stream. Actually, almost every day for the past, like, 2 weeks. Oh, gosh, I've got to get out of here. Susan, welcome back. Thank you. Hold on, let me make sure the chat box is working. It is not. Wonderful. Okay, there, it's working again. Yeah. Oh, I guess for other streams this week, yeah, Thursday is going to be more God Hand. Sunday will be more XCOM 2. It's kind of going to be like, until my work schedule changes, or until I beat one of these games, which, no idea how long it's going to take me for any of these games. No idea how long it's going to take me to beat any of these games, and no idea how long, like, how many more weeks I have until my work schedule changes over, until I end my work training. But basically every week is going to be like Final Fantasy 2 on Tuesday, God Hand on Thursday, XCOM on Sunday, until either I beat one of these games or the schedule changes. Okay, let's go. Alright, we need to go. Okay, Altair is right. Altair is right, Altair there, so let's go to it. Oh. Didn't go far enough. Alright. Let's see if right out here. Oh, hey, what are you doing out here? Never seen one of these guards out here. The rebel army has arisen. Our first move will be to retake Castle Fiend. Prince Gordon and Princess Hilda pitched camp near Fiend. You should head there immediately to lend your strength to the cause. Okay, but before we do that, let's rest up and get some more items. Yeah, let me see if I can get... Okay, Phoenix Downs, Cottage, Ethers, Elixirs. Okay, so we're gonna need 99 Ethers, 99 Phoenix Downs, Okay, and that's all the cottages I can get. Oh well. 50 cottages ought to be good. Yeah, at least for now, 50 cottages ought to be good. So let's go... Where's Castle Finn? Okay, Castle Finn's over there, so we gotta go over there. Hornets, I don't know. Y'all really don't want to mess with us now. That was a very foolish choice for y'all to attack us now. Actually, okay, while I'm on... Because I'm gonna have to probably walk. I'm gonna probably have to walk... Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to walk all the way to Castle Finn. So... Oh, no, actually, I could take the canoe. Never mind, we'll just use the waterways. What I was gonna do was, like, walk up there and, like, the entire way, like, have only one member of my party fight the enemies we encounter on the way, because they're gonna be so weak, and then have two other members of my party, like, slap each other or heal each other, so that they could keep building up their physical attack and their magic. Oh, hey, Layla. Aye, you don't want to be hacking your way deep into enemy territory without me. Oh, good, Layla's back. Layla and Minwoo are like the only additional party members I remember. And I'm probably gonna remember, although honestly, I feel like out of all the potential party members of this game, the only ones I'm gonna remember after I play this game are Furion, because he has his Dissidia look, so I'm gonna remember him because he's like, oh yeah, that's the guy who got his Dissidia model crunched down into sprite form. Layla, because she's a pirate girl, and I do remember, and I have quite the memory for pirates. And maybe Minwoo? What do you have? Okay, she's got... Mithril Knife, Battle Axe, and let's get her... That'll work. More zombies! Just zombies everywhere. Yeah, just freaking zombies everywhere. In all the dungeons. And all the dungeons across every single, like, across the overworld. You know, I can understand why these monsters would be agitated at us, considering there was like 7 of them shoved into that one chest. I'd probably be very, very angry too. That's not enough to kill. That's enough to kill. Okay, so they have about 400 health. Oh. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. Oh, they have the death spell. Okay, that's really gonna be a problem. So if it's death... So if it works like how it works in any of the other Final Fantasy games, that means that if any of my characters... Since that was Death 6, that means if any of my characters were at a level that was a multiple of 6, they would die. Although it could work differently in this game, because, I mean, this is only Final Fantasy 2. dang it. Aura Tome. Okay, that's a new item. Teaches a drain spell. Let's get this to him. Enhances effectiveness against various enemy types when used. Okay, I'll give that to her. Yeah, let's start off by using all these healing items so I can save up my magic. Oh, more zombies. Okay, shouldn't be too much trouble. Ah, dang it. More monsters. Oh, a whole bunch of monsters. Okay. In this case, yeah, I think let's just keep... Let's just keep up with physical attacks. Since there's such a vast decrease, like when you use like magic on multiple targets, there's such a vast decrease in like the damage done compared to like you targeting a single enemy with magic. That kind of just like that's kind of just encouraged me to use physical attacks even more, unless it's like an enemy who's like who's like very resistant to physical attacks. Because in this game, the main advantage to using magic for me is that like it can be used to hit multiple enemies at once. So if it doesn't really do that much damage when using against multiple enemies at once, then there's not really, then I don't really see much. At least for me, there's not really much reason to use it. Okay, let's go up here, but let's save first. Oh, okay, you guys. Well, let's just try physical attacks again first. Okay, this isn't doing much. So these guys do seem resistant to physical attacks, so I will use magic against them. Yeah, let me just keep using this against them, I guess. This is doing pretty well. Oh, this is a big room. Okay, I should definitely save here. I get the feeling I'm gonna run into a boss fight. Okay, that guy up there is definitely a boss, so... I almost feel like the minute these chimeras who keep attacking me are like the exact same 4 chimeras. Just different combinations of them, and they just keep attacking us because they want revenge for losing that first time. But we just keep beating them. just keep using Blizzard. Yeah, just keep using Blizzard against them. Alright. How's it going?
Rebels? Here? Where are my soldiers? No, it can't be. This is all a trap.
Okay. That's a different looking sprite. Let's just try physical attacks at first. Okay, 0. 19. Okay, it looks like Magic is going to be more effective against them. They do hit pretty hard, though, so let's... Okay, let's do... Cure... Fire... Thunder... Blizzard. Let's see if any of these elements hit for more damage. Blizzard might be very effective against them. And then I'll use Cure. Blizzard and... Yeah, let's try Blind. I think Blizzard is more effective against them. So, yeah, Blizzard, Blizzard. Let me just go all in on Blizzard. Okay, they took... I guess, yeah, just keep going all in on Blizzard. Guy took some damage from that, but... I think he... Yeah, he could take a couple more hits like that and be fine. Oh, and it didn't matter anyway. Hooray! It's good to finally be back. Oh, finally, a proper throne. This would never have been possible had we not worked together. I thank you all. What do you mean? We did most of the work there. But one thing still troubles me. Minwu left for Mysidia, but we've not heard from him since. It pains me to ask of this of you so soon after winning back our castle. Would you go to Mysidia? There's a place within this castle called the Mirror Chamber. It has the power to call wyverns, but the wyvern has yet to hatch. Mysidia is a land of mages. Without the aid of their magic, defeating the Emperor will not be easy. I've heard that a spell, sometimes referred to as the ultimate magic, lies in the Mysidian Tower. Obtaining it requires 2 masks. The white masks rest beneath this very castle. You must recite an incantation to open the door that leads below. The words Ekmet Toles have been passed down from antiquity. Forgive me, I'm afraid I don't know the door's location. We could never have retaken Castle Finnu without your help. But there's one problem. Minwu still hasn't come back. Would you go to my city and find out what's happened to him? The Mysidian Tower is rumored to house the Ultimatome, a text containing the ultimate magic. I'm certain it would prove invaluable in the struggle against the Emperor. With His Majesty God, no one knows this castle better than Hilda. If she doesn't know, Paul just might. He's always calling himself the greatest crook in the world, after all. Mysidian Towers... Oh. Okay, I already learned that one. Okay, so got all that. So we need to go head to the city of Fian and find Paul. Which is... Okay, looks like Paul might be in here. Yeah, here he is. Hey, Furion, you old devil, how you been? If you need to know about secret doors in Castle Finn, I'm your man. I don't suppose you could tell me what's inside this secret chamber, could you? Just curious. A white mask? It doesn't sound particularly valuable. Nope, not interested, so I guess I'll tell you where the door is. Look in the far corner of the audience chamber, to the right of the throne. So you're collectors too. Just what do you need a mask like that for, anyway? Huh? Alright, so need to go back to the Castle Fian. I guess we could stop by and get... Well, let's check out the weapons store, see if there's any new weapons we can get. Werebuster? Ooh. Trident. Trident sword is effective against flying enemies. Four of the wing sword, please. Okay, that does a lot of damage. Yeah, okay, so 4 of the... Actually equip... okay, another of these wing swords. And let's get... I guess let me give Layla the wing sword, and then give her one of these mithril swords. Oh wait, no, actually she's kind of better with a knife. So... Yeah, let me give her mithril knife. And then I guess we can sell these. Okay, so since the weapons store had some new stuff, let me check out the armor store. Golden shield. Okay, let me get one of these. Giant helm. Let me get one of these. Golden armor. 2 of those. Gold cuirass. Okay, let's equip some of this stuff. Gold cuirass. Okay, so let me give that to him. And let me give her... Okay, giant helm. No, I think the gold hairpin's good for her. Gold cuirass would kind of work better for her. Giant helm will work well for him. Let me give him a gold cuirass. I feel like she's probably going to leave our team pretty soon, but let me give her the knight armor, at the least. Okay, so... Hold on. Okay, back to the castle. So they said the northeast corner near the throne room. So that's gotta be around here, I guess. You see nothing out of the ordinary. There we go. Okay. Well, let's go find this secret passageway. Oh, is this another sewer dungeon? I think it is. Ah, boy. Nothing like a good old sewer dungeon. You can't have a proper turn-based RPG without the good old sewer dungeon. That just did over 1,000 damage. What the hell? Those are big numbers. Nope. Okay, I left through here, so there's a chest over there, chest over there, chest over there, and I think we'll be able to get through here pretty easily. Yeah, we're doing a ton of damage with these wing. Thanks to these new wing swords, we are doing a ton of damage. So we don't gotta worry about any of these zombies or skeletons. Although I feel like maybe the people living in this castle might need to be worried about... I think all the people living in this castle might need to be worried about all the zombies and skeletons that are living, like, right underneath their feet. Oh, sweet, a knife. You know, if I can move to a place with enough... space, I should see about getting myself some, like, special... some very nicely decorated treasure chests, and then hiding specific items in them. Like, if I ever get, like, a replica sword or a knife that I really like, I shouldn't just mount it on the wall. I should, like, get a big treasure chest and, like, put just the cool sword in there. Same if I ever get, like, a suit of armor. Yeah, these guys are... Thanks to these new swords, they're so strong, they're like one-shotting all these zombies. Yeah, let's go grab that. There's like 6 of them, but like, again, we're able to kill them all in one turn, so... one turn each, so... Okay, so we don't have that much longer left in the stream, but I did make good progress tonight. And I'll be back on Thursday with more God Hand. Over 1,000 damage, my gosh. Well, Maria's doing... Oh, excuse me, Maria's doing like about 1,000 damage as well. She's just separating it between 2 hits. See, that's about 400 damage. That's over 600. That is... Oh my gosh, that's over 2,000. Maria did not like me, Maria did not like me making that comment about how she did 1,000 damage, but it was split between 2 attacks. Oh, these things are new. So where are... Okay, there's a couple doorways here, so... It's funny, if I don't make it out of here before the end of the stream, then that will mean I will have started this stream in a sewer dungeon, and I will have ended this stream in a different, but still, sewer dungeon. Really, really playing through like if playing through so many RPGs has taught me, it's taught me a lot of things. And one of the things I think we do need to learn is if there are anyone that has any castles out there, they should probably go through and clean them pretty regularly, because it seems like just to avoid the potential of any zombies getting in there, or any like dragons just kind of hanging out in there. Okay, potion. Well, it seems like all these chests were like meant to be like filled with all these chests are filled with items that it feels like I should have been getting like a lot earlier. Oh, Greek watching over on YouTube says, think Trials of Mana is missing one, and that is one of the great ones. Apologies if I got your name. Apologies if I got your name wrong, by the way. Okay, so... Okay. Yeah, we don't have that much longer left. So, yeah, I'll be back playing more God Hand on Thursday. And I'll be back playing more God Hand on Thursday. And I'll be playing more... I'll be continuing XCOM 2 for the Donathon on Sunday, so... Hope I can see y'all there, if that's something y'all are interested in watching. And of course, next Tuesday, unless my work schedule changes, next Tuesday will be more Final Fantasy 2. Okay, nope. Oh, dang. Oh good, they're still doing... Even though these things are resistant to a physical attack, they're still doing enough damage to power through it. That's very funny. So if you're just coming into the stream and wondering why I'm playing this game, so... I'm a big fan of RPGs, but I'd actually never beaten a mainline Final Fantasy game until, like, a few years ago. And the reason why I finally did that was because I decided that since I'd never beaten a mainline Final Fantasy game, and that Final Fantasy's 40th anniversary, like the series' 40th anniversary, is in December of next year, I decided to do something very rational and sane, and make a giant list of 40 Final Fantasy games that I would play through all for the first time, and try to play through them, as many of them as I could, before the 40th anniversary. I started this back in 2023. I've gotten through about... This is the 7th Final Fantasy game I've played, although that's really... A part of that's due to life getting in the way a lot. Yeah, a big reason for that is life getting in the way constantly. But so far I've beaten Final Fantasy 6, 9, 7, 7 Remake, 1, and Tactics Advance all for the first time. And then I'm continuing with it, and then this is the current one I'm playing, Final Fantasy 2. And I've got a bunch more games to add to... Yeah, I've got a bunch more games to play through. Like, as for what games are on this list, it's all mainline Final Fantasies, including the MMOs. So Final Fantasy 1 through 16, including the MMOs. And then a bunch of spin-offs, sequels, and some of the remakes. So, like, the FF7 Remake Trilogy, that's on my list. The spin-off games like Tactics, Stranger of Paradise. Yeah, the spin-off games like Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Tactics, 10-2, the entire 13 trilogy. Yeah, the entire 13 trilogy, that's all on there. And then even some games that, like, aren't officially Final Fantasy, but they're Final Fantasy in all but name. Games like Vagrant Story, the Bravely Default trilogy, the Octopath trilogy, which I just added to the list tonight. Games that are like, they're published by Square Enix, they're developed by developers working under Square Enix. They were made like they were either inspired by, or like worked on by people who worked on Final Fantasy games, and they're literally if like they are Final Fantasy in all but name. Mars is a good fan. Welcome in. Says just came in. You played FF7 Remake? Yes. FF7 Remake. FF7 Remake. Like out of all these games on this list, the 3 games I wanted to play the most was 9, 7, and 7 Remake, and I wanted to play. Yeah, 9, 7, and 7 Remake were the Final Fantasies I wanted to play the most. So after FF6, I played through those 3 in a row. But because I never played the original Final Fantasy VII, I forced myself to play through the original Final Fantasy VII before playing FF7 Remake, and I'm really glad I did. Currently, as far as the games I've played, FF7, like, ranking all the ones I've played, I've ranked, and currently at the top of my list, FF9 and FF7, and the original FF7 are tied for my favorite. And then, like, FF7 Remake is right below them. I will get to FF7... I will get to FF7 Rebirth and whatever the 3rd game in that FF7 Remake trilogy is called. I'll get to both of those, but I'm trying to space these out, like, I'm trying to balance out, like, which ones I played, because there's the ones I'm really excited for, and really interested in playing, and there's the ones I'm not as excited in playing. And I didn't want to just front load this list with all the Final Fantasies I was really excited to play. That's why after 6, 9, 7, and 7 Remake, I switched over to 1 Tactics Advance. Well, Tactics Advance was one I was excited to play, but I didn't keep that enthusiasm whilst I played through it, as I went through it. After 2 here, it'll probably be like another couple games that are like that aren't as high up as like the game aren't as high up as on my list of games I'm excited for. Or I might start mixing it up, like play like one I'm not as excited for and then one I'm really excited for, then like, you know, alternate between them. What I might also do is after 2 here is beaten. After 2 here is beaten, what I might do is I might start alternating between like spin-off game, then mainline game, then spin-off game, then mainline game, and so on and so forth. Let's try going down this way. Marziska fan says, Final Fantasy Legend 3, aka Saga 3, is the underappreciated entry between the FF4 and FF5. Not gonna be featuring the Saga series. I know there are a couple of series that either feature Final Fantasy characters or like started off as spin-off of Final Fantasies, but those series ended up becoming so big enough to the point where they kind of split off and did their own thing. Like the Mana series and the Saga series both started as spin-off series. They both started with a spin-off of Final Fantasy, but then they ended up becoming, like, big enough to be their own thing. Kingdom Hearts is another one. I might play Kingdom Hearts if it wins the poll that is currently going on, where y'all can vote for what game I'll play for the 200th playthrough. Make sure to vote for that. Make sure to vote for that if you haven't already, to decide if I play Persona 4 Golden, Kingdom Hearts 1, Kid Icarus Uprising, or Xenogears for the 200th playthrough. So I might, depending on how the votes go, I might play Kingdom Hearts 1 pretty soon. But yeah, I might play Kingdom Hearts soon if it wins this poll, but that won't be part of First Fantasy. That's going to be its own separate thing. That's going to be its own separate thing of me revisiting the Kingdom Hearts series. Okay, so that wasn't the door I needed to go through. So let's go to here. Still fighting more sewer bugs. See, this is what I mean by if you own a castle, you really need to check to make sure that if there's like some sort of dungeons or sewers below it, you gotta check to make sure those things are clean. Else you're gonna get giant mantises and zombies everywhere. And the souls, and you'll probably get cursed by the souls of the damned, who lived and died in those dungeons. Which, you know, just isn't. It's just not good for the land property value. So yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to go vote in that poll. You have until May 3rd. Now it's gonna be some time since until I start the 200th playthrough, because I mean I still have to play a bunch of games to get to the. Still have to finish the 193rd, 94th, 95th, 96th, 97th, 98th, 99th playthrough before I can start the 200th playthrough. But there's some things I'm gonna do. There's some things I'd like to do before the 200th playthrough to make sure to properly celebrate that happening. So actually, just recapping all the games that are on my list. So I've already played Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VII Remake, then Final Fantasy I, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, Final Fantasy II is the one I'm currently playing, and then the ones I have left after this are Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy III, Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy V, Crisis Core, FF7 Rebirth, whatever the third game in the FF7 Remake trilogy is, whatever that game is called. FF8, FF10, FF12, Final Fantasy 13, 15, 16, Tactics. Let's see, Triangle Strategy, Fantasia Neo Dimension, Vagrant Story. I added these earlier tonight. Octopath Traveler 1, 2, and 0. Final Fantasy X-2. The other two games in the 13 trilogy, so 13-2 and Lightning Returns. The Bravely Default trilogy, so Bravely Default, Bravely Second, and Bravely Default 2. Then Final Fantasy XI. I am including the MMOs. Dissidia Final Fantasy. I am going to include a Dissidia game, but I'm only going to include one. Excuse me, I'm only going to include two, because I'm including Dissidia and Dissidia 012, so that's two Dissidia games. And then I'm also counting Final Fantasy 14 is on this list. And specifically Final Fantasy 14 and the Final Fantasy 14 A Realm Reborn and each of its expansions, Heaven's Sword, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, Endwalker, and Dawntrail, those are all counting as separate entries on this. Because from what I've heard, each of those expansions, with each of those expansions basically is big enough to be its own big game.